everyone, welcome to your proper running form hip and core focus tutorial. We're going to go through mobility drills, activation drills that need to be done before you do any strength work for your core. Optimally, this will help you perform better for your runs and get no injuries. So your core is meant to stabilize your spine and prevent excessive rotation in your torso while you run like this, because it weakens your forward propulsion, pushing forward in the gait phase of the cycle. It wastes energy, so fixing this improves your running efficiency and it'll prevent injuries. Your transverse abdominis, or deepest core muscle in the abdomen, that is also a part of the back part of our core. So these are our abs, our core is our torso. So our obliques, that muscle is connected to our pelvis, which ultimately holds the bottom half and the top half of our bodies together. So activation drills, we're starting with the first one, beast holds. Your wrists are under your shoulders, your knees are about 2 inches from the ground, your shoulder blades are down and back. You're bringing your navel to your spine, tucking your tailbone under to eliminate an anterior pelvic tilt, holding that for 30 seconds twice with 30 seconds of rest between both rounds. It might feel like a progression of a plank, but it's actually not. Bears crawl that way. Maybe we used to, who knows. But this really helps to activate the deepest part of your core and your obliques, ultimately stabilizing your spine, facilitating great form, preventing those injuries. So speaking of injuries, drills. The first one, knee hugs, okay? This is mobility and activation. You're driving one knee in and up toward your chest, keeping that lower back on the ground, letting it go after 2 to 5 seconds, and then doing the same with the other leg. Take your time with it. 10 times, 2 sets with minimal rest between, nothing more than 15. So as I showed you, you're bending your knees, keeping both feet flat on the floor. I'll do it standing too. Use both hands to pull one knee in towards your chest, holding the knee towards the chest for 2 to 5 seconds. And you want to keep your abs really tight, so you could contract your spine, stabilize it, and tuck your tailbone under. And then return to the floor, wait 15 seconds, repeat that one more time. Third activation drill is diaphragmatic breathing to work your pelvic tilt. So laying down on the ground, your feet are on the ground as shown, one hand's on your sternum or chest, the other hand's on your belly. You want to eliminate this arch with your breathing. So as we inhale deeply through our nose or mouth, that gap should eliminate. And this is a posterior pelvic tilt. You're inhaling, exhaling, from your belly. You're in an anterior pelvic tilt. You're going to feel that arch come back. So first things first, we're doing 10 diaphragmatic breathing breaths as shown. 10 breaths twice with minimal rest between those 2 rounds. It's safe for your lower back. It'll loosen up your back extensors. And when you exhale, you're going to feel that happen. That's an anterior pelvic tilt. Your hip bone's dropping forward, weak abs, not engaged. When you tuck your tailbone under and everything's aligned with your spine, you're contracting your abs, that's a posterior pelvic tilt. While also keeping the shoulder blades high-fiving, kissing each other because they love each other, or down and back. So those are activation drills to perform before strength drills and mixed in with mobility work to get your your joints moving through the proper range of motion so that you could strengthen them properly and not develop muscular imbalances. So that's how strong abs play a significant role in the spine and help you to keep your hips properly aligned so you can run as fast as you want to run and as far as you want to run without getting injuries and just run better for life. So it's got to be fun. So like I said, just again, weak abdominals, sitting at a desk all day, I'm guilty. Anyone else? Hunched over weakens your back, weakens your core, causes lower back issues with tight hip flexors because they're squeezing, they're tight, it's pulling your lower back. Big common issue these days. So partial curls, another activation drill, mobility drill for your hips. You're lying with your arms like an airplane. Try to keep as much of your lower back on the ground. I can't because my hips are so tight because I got to do some strength training. So I'm right here with you. So we're going to bring our knees over to the other side. Do the best you can to just keep your lower back on the ground. If you have lower back issues, should have said this first, don't perform this exercise. So flip them, alternating to one side and then the other 10 times, twice with 15 seconds of rest between. Great. Moving on to core exercises, strength work, all body weight bridges. one of my favorites. So your feet are pointed on the ground, your palms are facing the ceiling. You're pushing the mat or the floor away from you to deactivate your hamstrings. When you come up, you should be in a decline, squeezing your glutes, extending your hips, and then come back down. Do 8 reps for 3 sets with 30 seconds of rest between all 3 sets. Before or after your runs. Yeah. And I would say no more than 3 times a week. It's really important to completely extend your hips like you just saw so that you could fully activate your glute max, the big bum muscle, which we use to power forward while we run. With the perfect running form, of course. Whew. Okay, so I hope that was helpful. And now we're going to move on to our next strength move. Supermans or Superwomen. So we're laying on our stomach, as shown. I like to keep my gaze looking at the ground to keep my neck aligned with my spine. Some people like to look ahead. You're raising all 4 limbs, extending, straightening your arms and legs. Holding this for 30 seconds 3 times. Squeezing your butt. Still here, all forearm cues are wide. Tucking your tailbone under. Bringing your navel towards your spine. We're out here. And then letting all limbs come to the ground. Giving yourself 30 seconds of rest between 3 30-second holds. And it's fun. And you're going to get a workout. It's mobilizing your body. It's working those back extensors. And yeah, it's a bit of a core training too. You let me know how it goes. But yes, it's up to you if you want to keep your gaze between your hands or looking forward. You know your body best, listen to it. And you could make this a little Pilates-esque by pulsing for 30 seconds, ladies. Like I say, athlete's choice. Whew. Excuse me. The third strength move is single arm kettlebell carries or suitcase carries. So keeping your shoulder blades down and back, bring your navel towards your spine, tucking your tailbone under. Picking the weight up like that, you're going to walk around like this. I like to counterbalance myself, holding my hand without a weight out to the side, walking, preventing this from happening because this is working our lateral pelvic tilt, our obliques as well, because we don't want to do that when we walk. So switching this weight up after 30 seconds, doing the same thing, walking in a circle for 30 seconds, putting the weight down the same way back as you picked it up, and repeating that for 3 times, 30 seconds between all 3 rounds. You could do that daily because that applies to everything you do outside of running too. When you pick something heavy up, a grocery bag. If you don't have a kettlebell, that's something you can work with, or a suitcase. You do what suits you. And so just really friendly reminder, your oblique has a ligament that connects to your pelvis. So your pelvis ties your lower body and your upper body together so they can move in synchrony with strength and alignment while you walk and while you run. And a strong core, the circumference of our torso, helps us to do that better without getting injured, which is why, that's what we're focused on today. I like breathe. Drink water too. And, if anything does not feel right, please consult your doctor or physician. I am not a doctor yet, but this is advice that I hope helps you with your running. And, if something doesn't hurt, you know what to do. Okay, so I hope that was helpful. And I hope you took away from this a few things. Mobility and activation drills, as shown, need to come before strength. Why? To prevent asymmetries. If we can't move a muscle through its joint fully and we try to strengthen it, it's going to be stuck that way, leading to injuries probably. So we can prevent injuries by doing these in this order that I just showed you. Increase stability. Anything on one leg, single leg deadlifts, very transferable to running, which we'll get to in a later YouTube. And things like farmer carries, kettlebell carries help you develop great posture, a stronger core. So that being said, all of this stuff should help you to eliminate lower back pain, especially. Make sure that you are, especially if you're sitting in a chair, you're tucking your tailbone under. You're not going like that. Squeezing your abs, flexing so hard, and then literally roll your shoulders down and then bring your hands like this, almost like you're a bodybuilder. That is how you could maintain better posture and eliminate an anterior pelvic tilt. So I hope that was helpful. Thank you for joining me today. This is Coach Allie. Please do not forget to subscribe to my YouTube for new weekly tutorials and videos, and I will see you the next time.